Councilwoman Wilson Smith.
I came prepared to actually vote on this. The citizen who just approached the podium has asked us to table it. He apparently has some information that we have not looked at or discussed. So I'd like to make a motion that we do give him the opportunity to share that information with us. I'm sorry, the motion is to table this until we've had an opportunity to look at what the citizen wants to present to us.
Councilwoman Smithley.
I second it.
Questions, Mr. Tyrrell?
Not a question, Mr. Mayor, just to remind council that this is the implementation of a previously approved plan that last year, or actually the last 3 months, which should have been a full year, and it's in response to the letter from VRA that would find us potentially in default on a bond covenant. That's this particular part of the rate increases. There are others, as he discussed, that we'll talk about later on in the regular agenda.
Right. Mr. Tyrrell, and in this rate increase, if it's not implemented, we will owe the VRA possibly, what, $7 million up front of bonds?
If we're declared in default of the bond covenant, we could potentially see an immediate request for $7 million.
And that will basically bankrupt the city again. 7 million. Okay.
We don't have the cash to cover that.
All right.
Are we currently in default? We're currently in default, and we've been in default since we did not implement the last time.
The terms of the letter are saying that we could be placed in default if we don't implement the plan.
Is this considered a warning letter for us? I can't see the date.
It pointed out that we are required to adopt the plan. It's not optional. And they wanted a written response from the city, which we provided, explaining the reasons that we had not already implemented the plan. So the expectation is that we will implement the plan this evening if possible.
Okay, thank you. I will withdraw my motion. However, I would like, please, the citizen who has the information which will address increases, if he could get that to us before we address the increases in the FY18 budget, please.
No, she withdrew the motion. Vice Mayor Hart.
Yes. I move that we accept the 13.4 rate increase that has already been voted on for the water and wastewater.
Councilman Cutler.
I second the motion.
Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Cuthbert.
Aye.
Councilmember Smithley. Aye. Councilmember Wilson Smith.
Aye.
Councilmember Myers.
Aye.
Councilmember Hill.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Hart.
Aye.
Mayor Pern.
Aye.
Motion's passed. The next item, a public hearing on an ordinance which allows supplemental billing of personal property taxes. Ms. Burke.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I don't have any slides on this, but I just wanted to remind everyone before we head into the public hearing what we're asking for in this ordinance modification. In working with the Treasurer and Commissioner of Revenue over the last several months, it became obvious that there was some strict timelines placed in the ordinance related to when we can collect personal property. That only allowed us to collect it, and this is personal property primarily for vehicles, but I think businesses also probably fall into this. It only allowed us to collect it on 2 specific dates in a fiscal year, which did not allow us to do any sort of supplemental billing in the event that there is a change in ownership or new residents moved into the city, etc. So what this is doing is just taking out that restriction to give them more flexibility to bill throughout the year once the taxes become due and payable.
At this moment, I open the floor for public comments. Seeing no hands, this public hearing is closed. Mayor Pern.
Councilman Hill.
I move that the recommendation of the City Council approve the amendment to Section 106-10 of Article 1, where I of Chapter 106 pertaining to the personal property tax.
Councilman Myers.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Cuthbert.
Aye.
Councilmember Smith Lee. Aye. Councilmember Wilson Smith. Councilmember Myers.
Aye.
Councilmember Hill.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Hart.
Aye.
Mayor Pern.
Aye.
Motion's passed. The next item, item 9, public information period. A public information period limited in time of 30 minutes shall be part of the order of business at each regular council meeting. Each speaker shall be a resident or business owner of the city and shall be limited to 3 minutes. No speaker will be permitted to speak on any item scheduled for consideration on the regular docket of the meeting at which the speaker is to speak. We have 13 speakers that have signed up to speak. If this is okay with council, everyone can get their 3 minutes.
This is 16 people times 3 minutes,
13.
13. So we're talking 39 minutes if everyone is here instead of 30.